Hi everyone, this video will take a quick overview of the semester project. You can see here in the student resources section that you've got the guidelines, got this video that I'm making now, and then you have a file of sample slides for the semester project. So if I open up this guidelines file, now I'm not going to read this entire file to you. You are capable of doing that, and you certainly should read these guidelines very, very carefully. The purpose of the semester project is to provide an opportunity for you to collect and reflect on some of the most important topics that you got from the semester. We're doing this as a PowerPoint slide deck simply because PowerPoint gives you the opportunity to put text and pictures into a file that is easy to save and keep for a future reference. Again, the files that you're creating for this project are not the same kind of PowerPoint slides as you would make to support an oral presentation. Again, these slides are what you would give an audience as handouts after you did a presentation. The semester project counts 20% of your grade, plus there are 3 application assignments that lead up to this, so it counts more than 20% of your grade. So the first thing that might want to tell you is that you want to give yourself plenty of time to do a good job on this. I'm going to start by going to the bottom of the file here. If we look at the bottom file, we'll say that we covered 10 topics, 10 primary topics throughout the semester. Your semester project is going to include at least 7 of those topics. You can do 10 if you want to, but in order to do 10, you would have to do beyond the base requirement number of slides. So you're going to select 7 of these topics. I'm going to back up here. We'll say that you're going to use PowerPoint. You're not going to use Google Docs. PowerPoint has much more functionality than Google Docs has. Your completed semester project has to have a minimum of 30 content slides. Now all slides have content, but when I say content slides, I mean the content about the topics that you have selected that you want to cover in the project. So you are going to have 7 primary topic areas and four, probably typically about 4, 5 slides in some areas. Now, in addition to these 30 slides, you're also going to have a title slide. You are going to have a topic transition slide for each of the 7 topics that you choose to do, and you're going to have citation slides at the end. So you are going to have more than 30 slides. You're going to have 30 content slides, and then a title slide, topic transition slides, at least 7 of those, and citation slides at the end. And you might want to do some kind of a summary slide. So if we come down through here, the important, and again, I am not covering every bit of what this says. And you will have sample slides, and I'll go over those in a minute. If we come down through here, you'll see that it's good to use a consistent slide design and background. You might change it up a little bit, but don't use red slides and then blue slides and then green slides. Pick a slide design and a slide background and kind of stick with that. Now here's some important things, really important, and you'll see these things listed again and again and again and again. Your title font shouldn't be bigger than 18 to 20 point. And your bullet text should be 11, 12. And again, different font styles all take up different amounts of room. So even maybe as small as a 10 point if you're using a font that's big like Arial. And every slide must have a couple of pictures, and the pictures cannot take up more than 1/4 of the area on the slide. The rest of the slide is filled with excellent content. You have to write this in your own words. You are going to use your research assignments. You are going to use the information that I give you on files that I post, reflection files that I post on Canvas. You're going to use things that you learned from your colleagues' discussions in class. So all of that information you're going to use in your semester project. You're going to write it in your own words. I am going to run the checkpoint assignments as well as the final semester project through the Turnitin plagiarism checker. And you shouldn't have more than a 10 to 15% direct match to your sources. So that means you have to write in your own words. And you're not going to do formal MLA or APA citations, but you are going to copy paste the sources, the URLs of the sources that you used. Now, if we come down here, I just want to come, because this is what you really are going to pay attention to. This is a checklist that you should go down through and just make a check that says, yes, I understand, yes, I understand, yes, I understand, because this is how I am going to grade the project. So first of all, these are not designed to be slides to use for an oral presentation. You have to write in your own words. You have to use correct writing, spelling, proofreading, all of those things. 2 sources for each slide, a minimum of 2 sources. I'm going to show you samples of these slides in a minute. And the final semester project, 30 content slides, transition slides, citation slides, title slide. Again, 4 or 5 in each primary area. That's why I said you can choose to do more than 7 areas, but if you do more than 7, you're going to have to do more than 30 slides. So if you want to do 8 or 10 of the content areas, then you're going to have to do more than 30 content slides. And here, each slide must contain a minimum of 160 words. Now, PowerPoint slides don't count your words, but you can copy paste them into a Word document, and that will tell you how many words you have. And once you kind of get an idea, you've got your font size down and you've kind of got an idea of what 160, 170 words looks like. You won't have to copy paste every single slide. And again, strong pictures, bullet text 10 to 11 points. Again, all of this I've already said, but this is just to kind of get you to look at this and go, oh, okay, I understand this. Now let's take a look at what we're actually talking about here. So this is on the website. You'll have this to refer to. So these are examples of excellent title slides. And first and last name of your presenter. And your title shouldn't be semester project. That's not terribly creative. So try to come up with a title for your semester project that's more creative than semester project. And here's a good title, but here's another title slide, another title slide. So you'll see you've got, and here you want your first and last name. Now, here are examples of excellent transition slides. Now remember, transition slides are the slides that introduce the primary topics. And your title slide, your content slides should be the topics that you actually researched for that particular topic area. So if your transition slide says effective oral communications, effective oral presentations, then your content slides are going to say things like how to avoid the fear factor, how to create excellent slides. Those sorts of things will be the title of your content slides. So these are transition slides. So here's create a positive work environment. It's resumes and cover letters, professionalism in the workplace, dimensions of self, dimensions of diversity. No, these are strong picture slides. These are like you would use for an oral presentation with strong pictures and then just the title of the topic area that's coming up. These are examples of content slides that would receive an A. Now you see what we've got here. You would not want to throw this up on the big screen to give an oral presentation because the audience would be reading it and you would be reading it and everybody would be reading it and nothing good would come of that. This is the kind of slide that you would have professionally printed and give these sorts of things to the audience as a handout if you were being paid to do a professional presentation, which some of you may be at some point. And we come down here, here's another different topic, self-presentation. This is in the visual communication topic area. Down here, we've got tips for tipping. This is in the professionalism area. And notice how this is working. We've got pictures, but they're taking up about a fourth, maybe a little bit more of the slide. And then if we copy paste this, we should have at least 160 words. Diversity, tips and reflections, pictures, words. Here's dining etiquette. You can see how these designs are all different, but they're relying on pictures and they're relying on a lot of text. The text will be things that you learned and tips that you think would be useful. And I have had students tell me again and again they have actually used these in the workplace. So what you would do if you wanted to use this as a presentation, you would obviously get rid of a lot of these words and rely on pictures. You would use these words for things that you would say during the presentation, but these would be like your notes. Now, these are ones that wouldn't receive very many points for the semester project. Now, we've got this slide, which is a great slide if you're using it as a slide to support your oral presentation, but you're not. So this is not a great slide. This slide won't get much credit at all in the semester project. Same thing here. This isn't even a great slide, but it doesn't have a strong picture. It doesn't have anywhere near enough content. Same here. These are great. This is a nice slide. This is a nice slide for, to support an oral presentation, but it's not how it works for the semester project. Same thing here. Same thing here. Again, this isn't a great slide under any circumstances, and same with this one. But any of these kinds of things, if you turn in something that all you've done is, pasted an image on there for your semester project, then I won't be able to give you very many points for that. And another one. See, these are all examples of slides that are not very good. And here's a sample of what a source slide looks like. So you'll say sources, slide 1, here's 2 sources, slide 2, 2 sources, slide 3. I mean, you can use more than 2 sources if you want, but you have to use at least 2 sources for each of your slides. And so you'll have a fair number of citation slides at the end, but you don't have to do formal citations. Now I'm just going to quickly show you one piece of a completed semester project. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I'll show you just a part of it so you'll get an idea how it flows. So the title of this, notice it's not semester project. So tips for career success, name of the student, and here's the transition slide for the first topic, effective oral presentations. And now here you'll see these are the topics that would have been the research topics for the week. Characteristics of a good presenter, what to avoid when given an oral presentation, things to consider when creating PowerPoint, general rules of presenting, ways to overcome nervousness in public speaking. Then we're going to come down to another topic area and keep your topic area slides consistent. You'll see how that's happening here. So make sure whatever kind of a design you're going to use here that you make it relatively consistent. We come down through here, facial expressions, business casual, business professional, color in the work, color in use of color in attire and that sort of thing, accessories and artifacts. And we come down to another one again, see how we've got the nice consistency here, professionalism and a picture, and formal introductions, tips for tipping, tips for toasting, all of these things. So you see how this is working, verbal and vocal communication, all down through at least 7 topic areas. Now, I didn't give you this. I gave you these sample slides. I didn't give you the sample semester project. That is more information than I want to make available to you, other than just showing it to you here. So again, you will have an opportunity to do 3 application assignments. The first application assignment, you'll do only 3 slides just so you can show me this is what I think the instructions mean, and I will be able to give you feedback on it. And once you kind of understand what you're doing, then you can follow that process through the entire semester project. So hopefully this is helpful, and I will look forward to seeing your projects.